Alright, so this one was on my list of movies to watch for quite a while. I even think a viewer might have suggested it, but I just never gave it priority. And then I just sort of forgot about it for a while, until a couple days ago. When I for some reason thought about it and figured, you know what, it's now or never. So I watched it. And well, it's a bit of a different kind of movie for sure, and I did expect a weird movie. But I expected a different type of weird, a type of weird I could enjoy and appreciate. This, however, is not that, and I did not enjoy this one bit. I just thought it was very vague, meandering, frustrating, and just boring. Like, the story, if you can call it that, follows this young woman who seems to be a bit depressed. Or, well, you don't really know what's going on, but she seems to be having a rough time. She's also convinced she's gonna die tomorrow, and that's pretty much all the movie gives us. And after the first several scenes, I wrote down in my notes that it feels very cryptic. Like it really doesn't want to tell you anything about what's going on. And that can certainly be intriguing, and it was to some extent, but the thing is, you then gotta deliver. That intrigue has to start paying off at some point. But with this one, I mean, it just really doesn't do that. It just keeps being cryptic and vague. And that to me just became frustrating, because it didn't really give me anything to grab onto. And the movie also keeps bringing in more characters, but they don't really add anything either. Although I will say that one of the few things I actually did like about this was Jane Addams. I thought her performance was excellent, and she even had some awkwardly funny scenes. But that's pretty much it as far as positives go. I mean, I guess it was decent looking too, not too much to complain about that either. And there were a couple of cool editing choices as well, but I'm really struggling to find other things to say about this that are positive. Because when it comes to the so-called story, the characters, the pacing, and just about everything that's supposed to engage me and keep me interested, it just didn't work. Till the very end it just keeps being cryptic and vague, and even the sort of reveal near the end doesn't really shed much light on anything. I mean, it kind of explains the main character's behavior to some extent, but then it just introduces another mystery instead, because what triggered that event isn't explained at all. So instead of giving you any sort of satisfying conclusion, it just kicks the ball further down the field. And I feel like a sharp ending with some clever reveals could have potentially saved this. Which is pretty much what I was hoping for. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And as a result, I have very few good things to say about this. It's just not a movie I liked at all. And I guess the fans of the movie are gonna say, you just don't get it, man. And they're right, I didn't get it at all. Because I don't think the movie tried very hard to make me understand what was going on, what it was doing. Or maybe it didn't know what it was doing either, and perhaps it was just intentionally vague and cryptic. And maybe it's one of these movies you're just not supposed to really understand. I don't know, but I do know I didn't enjoy my time watching this at all, apart from a few brief moments here and there. So I'm pretty much inclined to give this one a low 3. And no, I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm sure there are people out there who will manage to glean something out of it that I didn't. So, you know, probably skip it, or you can also not do that. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a thumbs up or sub to the channel, because that would be fantastic.